Welcome all of you risk takers and truth seekers to podcast Life the Battlefield. Before we start today's podcast, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you remember when was last time someone took advantage of you? Well, that being said, that is why I'm here with this podcast to teach you by sharing true life examples how perpetrators operate, fraudsters, scammers, so you can prevent that from happening. Of course, today's episode is gonna involve the influencer, and that requires another set of information, some statistics. So before we continue, let me share some statistics about influencers and percentage of influencers who are out there waiting to take advantage of you, preying on your weaknesses, and they will do what they do best, and that is to deceive you by lying and stealing from you. Imagine this, more than half, 55% of Instagram influencers were involved in some form of social media fraud and fakery in 2020, despite 8 percentage point decrease from 2019. A new study by Hype Auditor also found 45% of Instagram accounts were fake, according to PR Week from 15th of April 2021. So let's go start this podcast episode, not just with the statistics and who we're going to talk about. This week, it's marked worldwide event. Following the assassination attempt on US presidential candidate Donald Trump last Monday, Bitcoin jumped to a 2-week high. After reaching 2-week high, Bitcoin increased by 8.6%, bringing its year-to-date to gain 47%. Now you ask yourself, why Mario is sharing this with us? Well, cryptocurrencies are shown to play a significant role in both our personal and professional lives. The belief that it's easy and quick money draws everyone to this sector, which is still undiscovered but very alluring. Easy money. That's also where a trap catches him. He was referring to a large-scale swindle and Ponzi scheme using cryptocurrency, and he was considered to be one of the most known Instagram influencers. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Jay Mazini. But do you know who Jay Mazini it is? If cryptocurrencies pique your interest, you've probably heard about them or seen them mentioned on social media. That being said, former Instagram influencer Jay Mazini, better known as a real name Jebara Igbara, 28 years old, from New Jersey, entered a guilty plea to fraud charges after acknowledging that he designed a Ponzi scheme with the cryptocurrencies schemes totaling almost $8 million. $8 million. Now it's time to introduce myself. First of all, I'm welcoming you, all of you guys, to this podcast. So, all of you risk takers and truth seekers, welcome to Life the Battlefield, where we explore life's biggest challenges and victories. For those who don't know me, my name is Mario Bekes, and I hold the Guinness World Record for the longest live audio broadcast. I have spent as well 1,800 consecutive combat days in war, fighting for democracy and freedom. And my professional career includes working in military security and diplomatic intelligence sector. I'm as well the also best-selling author and have passion for podcasting. And in today's episode, we will talk about Instagram influencer Jay Mazini. And in today's episode, you will learn why you need to understand that there is no such a thing as easy money. And the crypto, Bitcoin, that will make you so rich, because people like Jay Mazini will make sure for you to pay for their lifestyle. Let's dive in. Needless to say that COVID-19 pandemic economic chaos provided Jebara with the opportunity to launch his Instagram account under the name Jay Mazini. That sounds very appealing. My name is Jay Mazini. I will make you rich. Well, he will not, because people like Mario Bekes exist, and I investigated much more serious crimes than the cryptocurrencies. What he did, Jay Mazini, he used then his connections in the Muslim community to raise money for his company, which is of course called Halal Capital LLC, promising to earn a return on stocks and resales of electronics and personal protective equipment. Sounds very interesting, right? I love this coffee, and I love my mugs as well. The fact is that Jebara specifically targeted his own religious community is very unique and somehow awful. He wasted and gambled with their hard-earned money, taking advantage of their faith in him. This is the guys you need to understand. We're living in a times where life becomes very challenging. There is a global recession. There is inflation. There is no money. And somehow we seeing people on Instagram and social media living the good life. And of course, we all want this. You think I don't want a better life for my son as well, for me, little bit extra money, of course. But one thing I know, that I will not play with my hard-earned money because somebody says to me, it's gonna make me rich. Question everything. So what Jay Mazini, actually Jebara, did, as he made connections with the wealthy local investors, Igbara, that's like his surname, expanded his online presence and amassed almost 1 million Instagram followers. Every now and then I pause to ask myself, how is that possible? That people believe in all of that? Guys, you can buy the followers. That doesn't mean that you're real. That doesn't mean that you doing something legal. When somebody comes to me, they approach me on my social media, 22, 23 years old man, and this is the age of my son, and say to me, he's gonna make me money. I don't want to say to you where this is coming from, because I can see the same source from everybody, same websites or similar websites, same spin and everything else. How you can make me rich just because you approach me online and say, I will make you rich? It doesn't work that way, guys. It's your hard-earned money. But the question you need to ask yourself, to what extent is reality easy money? How would this resonate with you, easy money? However, after thinking, reading, and hearing about people's experiences on a daily basis, I come to conclusion that everyone wants to get wealthy quickly and easily. Most of the people. Jebara filmed cash gifts which helped him achieve popularity. And that is the biggest flag. If I see somebody on my supplies in my businesses drives the Lamborghini, he goes always in I don't know, Bora, anything else, I'll ask myself, like, are you providing services to me? Where's this, how you are making this money when I know how difficult it is first to come into possession of the very, very lucrative cars, because they cost tons of money. When you put in your age, either your daddy gives you millions to buy those cars or you work hard. Well, the timeline doesn't correspond. If you're 24 years old, that means that you need to make at least $200,000 per year saving, living with your parents, to in 5 years you have the $1 million. He took the pictures. Look at me, as most of these guys doing, mostly guys. He frequently gave large amounts of cash to regular Walmart customers or employees at the fast food restaurants. Is that something you can envision? As you can observe, someone distributes money in that manner. Boom. Now, hold on. Have you ever wondered how he managed to amass so much wealth and how he was able to give it away in that manner? Did his Instagram followers truly believe that someone could get that wealthy so quickly? Timeline. Now he's at 28 years old, but he done this for a few years. Of course, the fact he shared the money with rapper 50 Cent in his latest video, one video, helped him famous. In reality, Jabara conned investors out of at least $8 million through multiple fraud schemes. He's not first, he's not the last, but it's for you to learn. Now let's go discuss how was the con executed, how this scam is executed. Well, Jabara used a business name Halal Capital LLC to conduct an investment fraud scam. The plan asked for money from the Muslim American community in New York for perpetrate stock investments, electronic resale, and personal protective equipment sales. Don't forget it's COVID-19 at that stage. But in reality, Jabara was the mastermind behind the Ponzi scheme, embezzling nearly all of the funds for his own use. Opulent cars, and of course, guy has a soft spot for gambling. Jabara also carried out another fraudulent scam, announcing on his Instagram and other social media accounts that he was willing to pay more than market price for various cryptocurrencies in order to gather money to pay his investors. Our return and keep them on the hook. After that, he would allegedly give his victims fictitious pictures of bank transfer receipts, proving that he had sent the promised cryptocurrency money. In reality, what he did was only stealing the Bitcoin his victim had sent, and then the payment had never taken place. As is already stated, his actions were shameful. He specifically targeted members of his own religious community, preying on their confidence in him to fritter and squander away their hard-earned cash. Now, by 2020, he had alienated investors and internet fans who publicly accused him of being the scammer. One thing what I learned when I was in academy, when the lies defend themselves, they're using a lot of energy to defend themselves, that they forget everything else. So the lies spending a lot of energy, try to remember what they did, with who they did, how they did, so they try to justify themselves publicly. Today, on social media, whatever goes on the internet stays on the internet, always and forever. When the people call you publicly that you're a fraudster and scammer, you can't just delete. You can defend yourself, but actually it's a snowball effect, guys. Every time when you try to defend yourself online or in public, doesn't matter what you do, it's a snowball. So let the things go down. If you're not in fault, it's gonna come. In his case, the snowball was growing and growing and growing because publicly people say he owes the money. Of course, that attracts attention from the law enforcement agencies, investors, and everybody else. His internet fans publicly accused him of being the scammer. Of course, they also applauded his arrest in 2021 on suspicion of kidnapping. Jabara acknowledged kidnapping a possible witness to his frauds in different cases. Do you understand what I said to you with the snowball? To defend himself, he's going into more and more and more problems, so he kidnapped the person. Numerous of his victims have come forward to the FBI according to court. Under the pretense of cash wire transfers, at least 4 people confessed to FBI agents that they have sent over $100,000 in Bitcoins. One victim claimed to have lost 50 Bitcoins after Jabara first claimed to be sending $2.56 million by wire transfer and then provided explanation for why the payments didn't occur. Prior to his sentence on Wednesday, 24 April this year, in federal court in Brooklyn, Jabara spoke to the guys he had abducted and expressed his sincere regret to them. Jabara serves his 5-year jail term for kidnapping with his 7-year sentence for fraud in 2021. As a part of his sentence, he needs to pay $10 million to his victims. And as I stated in the outset, cryptocurrencies, maybe they are our future, and that future has already begun. Without information, education, and trust, success is never simple or fast. Last year, in 2023, about 80% Americans lost their money on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. They say it's almost 560 million crypto traders online. However, it's going to break your heart. According to the holy grail of the knowledge, Dr. Google stated this: 0.2% made million from cryptocurrency. So guys, question everything. Don't let these things go away. When somebody offers you to make it easy money because of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, don't, because you will never gonna make that money. Doesn't matter what they're offering you, what matter what they do to you. It's your money. It's your hard-earned money. People like Jabara, who is now 28 years old, he done everything to fleece people from their hard-earned money. He brought a faith into them that he is the man who's gonna make them rich. There is no such a thing becoming easy rich overnight. The hard work is the one way, but you need to invest to the proper channels where you can track the money, where you can track where your investment goes, and people you can call and see. Possibly bank branch or something else. That's up to you. So feel free to share, like, and comment, and let me know, have you been the victim of the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin scam? Thank you.